Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 7 of Mindset Mike. Stop ignoring your growth and awaken your potential. As always, I am ecstatic that you are here with me today. As today we will discuss my favorite quote of all time, one that has shaped me into the person that I am today, and I hope that it helps you too. Why your potential feels stagnant, and how to continuously grow without it feeling like homework, okay? Because nobody wants more homework than we already have to do or we have had to do in our life. I love talking about this topic because I kid you not, my brother, when he and I lived together back in Houston, he used to always laugh because we would go to the grocery store together. We were roommates, besties. And I would say hi to everyone I saw, not as if they were my friends, but because I like people to feel seen. And it's somebody said, maybe you just don't want to be invisible. And I was like, ooh, let's dive into that. But that's not the topic of today, okay? I really wanted to talk about how whenever I see people, I can't help but wonder what their life is like, what their dreams are like, if there are any goals that they haven't accomplished, that they have ignored, what is their potential, what could they do, what are they good at. I am not kidding. When I see people or when I have conversations with people, I kind of like getting to that. And I'm not going to just skip make people uncomfortable without any small talk and then just be like, hey, so tell me about your purpose. Like, I don't do that, but I do wonder because I see the beauty in people and I like to see the positive side and the potential and all that good stuff. And it pains me as a human who loves humans and as a mindset coach, as a speaker, to see people constantly limiting themselves in what they do with their life, because I believe that this life that we are gifted with is that a gift. And that ties into my favorite quote of all time. It says, to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. It was said by one of the best American runners, Steve Prefontaine. If you ever get a chance to watch the movie Prefontaine or Without Limits, they are incredible. They're like old movies. And he was an incredible American distance runner with a really strong story, and he had these great quotes, and I remember having it up on a poster when I was a high school student in my room, and I had it written all over my binders. And back then I applied it as a runner. If I give anything less than my best, I am sacrificing the gift of what the run could be or my potential could be or how far I could go. However, it still applies today in anything that I do. And it applies to you as well. You don't have to be an all-American runner, okay? You don't even have to be American at that, okay? To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Think about what gifts are held for you, as we have talked about in the manifestation episode number 3. We've talked about purpose and meaning. This ties into your potential. What are those gifts that life brings into your imagination? When we talk about dreams, when we talk about goals, when we talk about those desires in the most positive sense of the word, and we sometimes hold back and don't allow ourselves to go there because we feel like it's too much for us, or because we are afraid, or because we don't know what that uncertainty can look like. And that ties into why our potential feels stagnant. Many times we get used to the everyday. The routine becomes as normal can be. And what was once something that we used to dream about, now we take for granted. Or something that somebody else dreams about, we take for granted, and it becomes normal. And this goes for everything, for the sense of us moving, for the sense of us being able to speak, for the sense of us being able to wake up, or have access to internet that allows you to listen to podcasts or allows you to connect with people online and do your work online, or the fact that you have fresh air outside of your window, or you have a roof, like all of these things that we take for granted become normal things. And they are miracles everywhere we look. It's a beautiful thing if you allow yourself to mentally go there, for your mindset to see anything and everything as this didn't have to be, and it is, whether it's in my personal life and my abilities, or my dreams and my goals, or just on what is around me. It didn't have to be, and it is. And whenever we fall into that normal, every single day is the same, I don't recognize those miracles that are all around me, we become stagnant. We become that quote unquote, like, that social acceptance really kicks in. We become like everybody else around us. And that doesn't mean that we're better than anybody or worse than anybody, but we are like everybody else around us. And there is a reason why you look like only yourself, and your voice is so powerful that only you have that voice in the entire world of 8 billion people. So what makes you think that you are meant to be completely immobilized and normal and just all across and stagnant? We are meant to thrive, and we are meant to grow, and we are meant to be, and we are meant to shine. A lot of times what we see around us isn't encouraging. Many times the words that are being fed into your mind, or into your ears, what you're hearing, what you're perceiving, isn't encouraging. Maybe what you're watching on TV isn't encouraging. Maybe the day-to-day, man, all of that energy that you are using for your job, or with your kids, or with just the day-to-day of being in your life, whatever it is that you do, yes, it is draining. But I'm going to invite you in this very short episode to not allow yourself to become stagnant. Because like I have told you before, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse, and you never stay the same. We think that things are staying the same, but go back on your pictures on your phone and go look at the pictures from 5 years ago. Was life the same? Perhaps. Do you look the same? I bet not. And that is the cycle of life. Do not allow yourself to get to a point in life where you think, my life is the exact same, and I just got not as great as I could have because I allowed myself just remain in that stagnant. Okay. So think about, once again, turning on those dreams and turning on that imagination and asking yourself, what do I really want out of my life? When we talk about continuous growth, I do not like it when personal development sounds like a chore. When personal development sounds like something that you cannot stop studying. And if you're not reading, no. I just want you to think about personal development being an everyday thing. I have mentioned to you before, personal development isn't just reading. It's not just listening to the amazing Tony Robbins. It's not just listening to my podcast. And I know that you know that I don't like the word just, but that is what I mean. It's not only that. It is more than that. It's how are you developing yourself personally? How are you working on those 5 areas of wellness? How are you challenging yourself intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, physically, socially? What are you doing to stimulate those areas? How are you growing? How are you breaking those stagnant patterns that are sometimes so easy to fall into? Because yes, you are tired. Because yes, you have been through it. Because yes, life happens. Because yes, you have tried, and perhaps it wasn't what you thought it was before, and now you think this is safe. I don't feel like that resistance anymore. You know, I like to keep it real with you. We're not going to get a different result if we're doing the same thing over and over and over. And in this midst of being stagnant, we also face that fear, right? That could be keeping us there. Fear of maybe looking silly, making a mistake, not going as far as we would like to go, things going wrong, and the list goes on. However, what if you were to give yourself an opportunity to lean into that fear, step out of your comfort zone, and allow that new area to become a little more comfortable? It's going to stretch you in your growth and show you what you could do. I like to share lots of stories with you. Growing up, I always wanted to go to the Olympics. Did I train hard enough for that? No. And I know that God had other plans, and I will not blame it on God. Okay? But I was not meant to be an Olympic runner, and I will take that L, as we like to say, okay? That loss, quote unquote. I don't think it's a loss. I think those people are completely admirable and inspiring. But I share that with you because at one point in my life, and I will go more into depth of this story of how it shaped me and impacted me, I was suggested to never run again because I was running completely poorly and terribly. And I went from that to 3 years later, after lots of injuries, surgery, and training, finally earning my athletic scholarship and doing a lot of the things that I wanted to do with my team, got a championship ring, contributed, and all the stuff. And I share that not because I think I'm better than anyone, because frankly, in my team, I was surrounded by completely amazing women and men and women and amazing in our sport. But because, okay, I didn't go to the Olympics, but I overcame a lot in the span of a few years. And that shows me my potential as a person. Maybe I'm not going to have potential in the Olympics. Okay. I've been watching the World Championships and good grief. I kind of start doing the math of like, they finished right now. Where would I be right now on the track? Just a few laps behind. Okay. But okay. It has given me the drive to be kind of gutsy and have this, let's see how far I can take this mindset and move across the world and start my own business and embark on my own career and yada yada. And you get the point. With you, it's the same way. Maybe you embark on something and okay, maybe you're not meant to be the world leader in that. Okay, maybe you're not meant to be the number one in that company. However, it is going to take you to something else, and that is where your potential is awakened. Don't allow the fear to keep you from growing. Don't allow the fear of the unknown, of what is out there, to keep you from growing. Allow yourself to step into this mindset of, I am in constant growth. Things are always serving me. Things are always working for me, not in an egocentric way, but the universe is here for me because the universe created me and it's still allowing me to be here. And that means that I am meant to do something so, so great with my life, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Do not allow yourself to become complacent and to settle. If there is anything but a little, I'm getting very passionate here, but I seriously mean it. If there is anything but like a little whisper in your ear that tells you that there is more, that is because there is more for you in this wonderful life that you are living. Do not shy away from that. Do not look the other way. Do not allow yourself to go into a place where you want to just say, I'm going to pretend that I didn't just hear that. Oh, listen to the voice. Embrace the voice. Welcome it and tell it, tell me more. Tell me what's next. Tell me how else I can grow. This happened to me when I was in the very early stages of my journey. When personal development came into my life, it was the day after my 19th birthday. And then I learned that there was more to life than what I was even studying to do, which I continued my educational journey, but it completely opened my mind. And at the time, I was investing in myself through books and through audios. And I would go to conferences every now and then it became very serious. But at first, it was like, that whisper in my ear that said, hold on, Claudia, you're in for a good one. And you don't know it all yet and you're not figuring it out all yet. And yes, I had challenges, and yes, I had very difficult moments throughout 11 years that it has been, of course, because I am human. But you know what? It's tapping into that and saying, okay, tell me more. Come on, little voice, tell me more. What do I need to do? And allowing it to guide you, allowing it to show you the way. And sometimes it's going to guide you into opportunities. It's going to guide you into the path of bringing mentors into your life. It could be somebody that you admire as an author. It could be somebody that you decide to bring on as a coach. It could be somebody that you just learn from on YouTube. Okay, so whenever we talk about mentors, it doesn't even have to be somebody that you are in constant contact every single day. But if you have that opportunity, and if that voice is telling you to do it, explore what that could be like. Listen to that instinct of, hey, I can get out. Because I'm going to tell you, there is, more often than not, when we talk about 90% of the population being in their comfort zone, we're not kidding with those stats, and you can look this up. And if you have the opposite thought of, hey, there's more, hey, and you're watching Netflix, and then the voice says, hey, go look at homes, go look at multi-million-dollar homes. Those are really nice. Just see where you could go. Or hey, start exploring that job opportunity that you've been wanting. Or hey, start looking at your own business. What do you need to do to start? Look into that. While you're watching Netflix, oh my gosh, listen to that right now. Well, that little voice that says, hey, you know what? Just go out there and go walk for 10 minutes. Just do it. Listen to that, because it's going to take you somewhere. And that is how the continuous growth doesn't feel like homework. It needs to feel natural. It needs to feel organic. It needs to be part of who you are. Not, oh, I have to do this, because that doesn't work. Come on, if it didn't work when we were in school, do you think it's going to work with your personal development? No. At first, it's going to be uncomfortable maybe, or maybe you're going to be very excited, and then you're going to face some challenges. But it needs to be an everyday thing. And that's how we break that stagnance. And it's going to be critical that you look at yourself every day and you start evaluating, where am I falling short? And not thinking that you're too good, or you're too big, or you've accomplished too much to even go there. It's there for a reason. And we teach these things for a reason. These topics, these very important areas of life that you can implement at any given moment. So that is what I want to leave with you today. Don't do anything less than your best, and do not sacrifice the gift of what your plan A can be. And if you feel you're in a position where you feel stuck, there are a variety of episodes that you can go listen to. If you feel like you need support, click down below, and there's a website, and you can learn more about how we help you with mindset leadership coaching, what steps we take. You can book a free 30-minute consultation. And again, it's just a consultation. And I will say that it is just a consultation. Okay? So give yourself that time. If there's a resource out there for you, take it. If somebody is graciously offering this, take it. Allow yourself to be helped as well in the journey, which is something that I have learned a lot. We don't want to get help. We want to do everything on our own. We feel ashamed, and it's important to do the opposite. That is what I want to leave you with today. I hope this has been helpful. Remember that we have a free newsletter down below. I want to ask you for a huge favor. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification. Leave me a comment, say, hi, Claudia. And if you are listening to me on podcast, please, please, please follow the podcast. Leave me a comment, a review. Let me know what the show is doing for you. What else do you want from me? As you know, I like to focus on mindset leadership to help you grow personally and professionally and become the optimal leader of your life. So what do you need in terms of that? Let me know. Once again, I am so happy that you have joined me until the very end. Don't forget that I believe in you. Keep being the optimal leader of your life, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.